Taco Pad. He was in a clearing staring at the stars of the sky when he heard it, the rustling of someone in the bushes surrounding him. He sat up and looked for the source of the noise. He heard small footsteps behind him, but saw nobody. Weird, he thought. Surely I could see them. The fact that he sees nobody puzzles him, though he cannot feel. He sees a shadow and he squints, just barely making out a floating bow tie. "Hello," says a voice. "I'm not here to harm you, so don't worry. Although, if I need to, I can and will defend myself." An anthropomorphic taco appears out of seemingly thin air. "Hello again. I'm Taco, and you are?" I'm Meepad," was the reply. "Of course, Meepad. I'm unsure of how I didn't know this. I've been watching you, you know. I've been watching how you can teleport and how you are the assistant of Meepad 4. I believe that you have access to the next competition. Am I correct?" You are correct, Miss Taco. I in fact do have the details of the next contest. Have you had a friend? I do hope that you haven't been lonely, miss." "Do not call me miss, just call me Taco. And yes, I've had a friend, but she eliminated herself. I think for the reason of that was that she was receiving outside help from me." Very well, Taco. May I ask how you appeared out of thin air? It doesn't have anything to do with the bow tie, right?" "Oh, it does have to do with the bow. This bow tie is called an invisibow. It's one of Test Tube's inventions, and microphone, and I found them in Test Tube's laboratory." "Them? You mean there's more invisibows? How many are there? Does Mike have one?" "No, she gave hers back to me. I don't really know how many there are, but I've seen 3 so far. Now, I've a question for you. Are you willing to be my accomplice?" "Yes, I will be your assistant. He stopped as Taco took an invisibow from her shell and proceeded to put it on him right over his home button. He was quite flustered, for he never foresaw her doing this, and though he could never show it, he found this short, lettuce-filled taco quite cute. After Taco had spent days without a friend in the forest, she was quite eager for one. "You know what? I think I've warmed up to you, despite not knowing you for long." Meepad sat down, and Taco did the same. Taco gasped and was flustered when Meepad pulled her close, wrapping his legs around her. She had blushed, but didn't want to show it. The front of her shell almost a completely different shade of tan. She protested, but didn't move. "I've got to go. Mephone 4 will be awaiting my return." He stood up and teleported to Mephone. Taco left alone, she experienced a feeling she hadn't felt before. Love. She tried to shake it off, but his memory would never leave her mind. Taco decided to find where he was, hoping for a chance of seeing him again. He spots him hanging around in the back of the group, not really doing anything. He looks around and spots her. Meepad watches for Mephone, then teleports to Taco. "I'm disturbing you, I know," says Taco. "I just couldn't get you off my head." "Same, honestly. I'm kind of surprised that you could see over the bushes at your height." "I'm not that short. Plus, my small size makes it easier to hide." Taco pushes Meepad down so he's sitting and sits in his lap, leaning against him. She feels a bit awkward about doing this, but she hasn't felt loved in a while, so she hopes this would help her. "What are you—" "Oh, I see." He leans forward, like he's hugging her, and wraps his legs around her. "I'm kind of worried for you. You haven't had friends in the forest as far as I know." "I haven't, you're right, but talking to myself is fine." Taco gets up, pacing around Meepad, who's gazing at her beauty. "How about I take you to the hotel?" "I guess that's fine, but don't be sure I'll be friends with some of those idiots. They hate me, especially Pickle. We've had some quite rocky parts of how we used to be friends." "Okay, how about tonight I take you to the hotel?" "Okay, I'll see you outside of it." She walked away. Meepad teleported away. That night, Meepad gathered everyone in the hotel lobby and went outside, waiting for Taco. She appears before him. "Shall we go inside, Meepad? I do wish to see some old faces." "Of course." Meepad teleports himself inside, and Taco follows, tapping her toes together as a sign of nervousness. Meepad notices this, and he moves away, wanting to show Taco that he cares, but not in front of others. His gaze hardens, wishing to show absolutely no signs of affection. Hello, as some of you know, I'm Taco. I hope we can restart our friendships, forgetting about the past and focusing on the present. Her words were followed by murmurs of disgust and disbelief. She tapped her toes harder together until Meepad was sure her feet would bruise. He put his foot in between hers to prevent her causing herself pain. Hey, stop that. She's trying her hardest to be better, and all you're doing is degrading her. Meepad's gaze hardened even more until he looked at Taco. His gaze softening, he scooched closer, allowing Taco to lean into him. I see. I'm clearly not wanted, so I'll leave. She looked outside and saw that it was raining. Meepad, for your safety, don't follow me. It's raining. Meepad pulled her back inside. I'm not letting your shell get soggy. I can think of how long it takes to dry. OJ, do you have another room we can occupy? When OJ nodded, Meepad teleported himself and Taco to the room. What are you doing? They clearly don't want me here. I shan't stay in a place where I'm not wanted. And why did you stop my feet tapping? You know it helps me. I know they don't like you, but I'm not letting you get soggy. And believe it or not, I was programmed not to feel. But I figured out how to change that. I can feel now. Oh, trust me, you don't want to feel. It's painful. Sometimes it can feel like your heart is being ripped out. Not that that can happen to you. Taco hugs him to the best of her ability. She takes the blankets and pillows off her bed and lays them in a corner. Will you be using your blankets and pillows? When Meepad shakes himself, she takes his and puts them in the same corner. What are you doing? I can't sleep in a bed. It's too open. I prefer nests, for they are smaller and therefore harder to take me from. Plus, I used to make mossy nests from my time in the forest. He paused as he realized that it's best for his little friend. Fine, but only so you feel better. I'd rather you in a bed, though, not in a nest. She pulled Meepad to her nest, playing soft outdoor noises to lull Taco to sleep as she curls up in a small ball, kind of like a cat. Meepad stayed quiet for her benefit, eventually powering down from sheer boredom. In the morning, Taco awoke before Meepad powered on. Noticing that he was still warm from running almost all night, she cuddled up next to him. When he powered on to find Taco laying up against him, he leaned forward as a hug. Gah! Meepad, you startled me! Sorry, I just wanted to say good morning in my way. Later that day, Taco was walking towards Meepad when she tripped and somehow knocked over Meepad, her face laying on his screen. He was very, very flustered. Taco didn't realize why until a few hours later, realizing they kissed and feeling flustered herself. She still wasn't used to the feeling of love, so she doubted her feelings for Meepad. She knew that another contest was happening, though, so she tried making friends with the new contestants. Hello there, I'm Taco, a contestant from Season 1. What's your name? Taco said cheerily. What's it to you? Name's Trophy, by the way. Trophy replied. I just wanted a friend. Nice name. Why would I be friends with a loser like you? Well, I guess I can wait until Meepad gets back. You clearly don't like friends. She stalked off, going back into her room where she curled in a ball. Upon Meepad's return to the hotel, he couldn't find Taco. The last place he looked was their room, where she was found in her nest. She pulled Meepad close and played her outdoor soundscapes as she went to sleep. Meepad sighs and reluctantly sits down, unmoving. Is everything okay? Says Meepad. Says Taco. I'm fine. Just things are complicated with me and my newfound feelings, replies Meepad. Like what? You can tell me anything. No, I'm not going to ruin our friendship. Plus, you warned me, and I don't want to hear I told you so. I promise I won't say it. Just tell me, please? Fine. I think I've grown feelings for you. But I don't know if you do as well. Like, I want to stay friends, but I like you non-platonically. Taco was flabbergasted. She hadn't expected him to feel the same way. I I like you too, non-platonically. What do we do with this information now? I don't know. This is quite awkward, isn't it? Meepad didn't reply. He simply pulled her in for a kiss, wrapping his legs around her small frame. Taco pulled away, the front of her shell almost orange from blushing. Microphone, the only other person who cares about Taco, comes to check in on them. Seeing Taco's blush, she inquires about what happened. What happened here? Microphone asked. Just having a conversation, nothing much, said Taco. What kind of conversation ends up with you on Meepad's lap and blushing profusely? A discussion about our feelings. What, your crushes? With what I've learned from others and my own studies, the only person you'd crush on would be yourself. Yeah, I've talked to Pickle. Mike, all he says are lies. I don't believe that, especially since others have said the same. Mike, that was the old me, the me you haven't met because it's all in the past. And yet it's still you. You never changed. Everything you do is for deception, for an advantage in the game you won't play. That wasn't the real me, okay? I've always had a heart, but I've been like this because of others. They treated me like nothing. They always said I was useless, even though I won my team almost every single time. Now, if you really don't mind, I'm going back to the forest where I'm wanted. As she spoke, her voice got more demanding as she spoke, her voice got more demanding that Microphone believed her. Taco got up and started walking to the forest. Dear, no, Meepad said, following her. Miss, don't go. I thought I told you not to call me Miss the other day. Think of it as a pet name, something only I could call you. I'm not in the mood for this right now, Taco said through grit. Hold on. I'm not in the mood for this right now, Taco said through gritted teeth. So when will you be? Hey, I'm sorry, okay? I'm sorry about what happened with Microphone. Don't apologize for actions that weren't yours. I did that and look what happened to me. But I caused it. If I hadn't kissed you, you wouldn't be going off into the forest like this. It is my fault and I should apologize for it. No, it really wasn't your fault. Taco stopped as Meepad had pulled her close. If it weren't for you, I'd have never reprogrammed myself to feel. This is quite intimate. I don't like it. Anyway, so are we together now? I guess. Yay? I'm still feeling quite awkward about this. I haven't loved anyone before you. We've had Nez. Yay, this is my first fanfic. Bye, you guys. The end. Bye. I posted this on July 4th, so happy 4th of July. Bye, guys.